Take a moment to look around you. The screen you are watching, the books on your shelf, the leaves on the trees outside. For billions of people, the ability to see these details clearly is a gift granted by a simple, elegant piece of technology. Eyeglasses. It is arguably the 5th most important invention since the discovery of fire and the wheel. Yet we often take them for granted. But imagine for a second that this technology did not exist. Imagine being born in a world where your vision determines your destiny. If you were born with poor eyesight in the ancient world, your life was effectively limited. You couldn't hunt, you couldn't craft, and you certainly couldn't read. As you aged, the world would slowly fade into a permanent blur. This is not just a story of glass and wire, it is a story of how humanity refused to accept the limitations of the body. Before the 13th century, if you couldn't see, you were simply out of luck. Ancient civilizations like the Egyptians and Romans understood how to make glass, but they didn't understand the physics of refraction. The famous Roman orator Cicero once complained that he had to rely on slaves to read aloud to him because his eyes had failed. It was a time of intellectual darkness for the visually impaired. However, there were crude attempts. The Roman philosopher Seneca is said to have read all the books in Rome by looking through a large glass globe filled with water, which acted as a magnifier. And then there is the famous legend of Emperor Nero. Pliny the Elder wrote that Nero would watch gladiatorial games through a polished emerald. Was it to block the sun, or was he nearsighted? We may never know, but it was a sign that the need for visual aid was desperate. The first real breakthrough came around the year 1000 AD with the invention of the reading stone. This was a segment of a glass sphere, typically quartz or beryl, that was laid directly onto a manuscript to magnify the letters. It was a miracle for aging monks who spent their lives copying religious texts. But you still needed one hand to hold it. The leap to spectacles required a stroke of genius. Yet that genius moment happened in Italy, likely in Pisa or Venice around the year 1286. While the exact inventor remains a mystery, sermon records from Friar Giordano da Pisa in 1306 explicitly mention, "It is not yet 20 years since there was found the art of making eyeglasses." Venice, with its island of Murano, was the Silicon Valley of glassmaking. They were the only ones capable of producing cristallo, glass clear enough to be shaped into lenses. These early devices were called riveted spectacles. Imagine 2 magnifying glasses. Their frames made of bone, wood, or leather, connected in the middle by a single rivet or nail. They looked like scissors. There was a major design flaw, however. They had no arms. You had to pinch them onto the bridge of your nose and hope they stayed there, or simply hold them up with a handle. It wasn't comfortable, but for the first time, scholars could work into their old age. At this stage, glasses were exclusively for presbyopia, the inability to see close up, which happens to everyone as they age. They were convex lenses. It would take another 100 years before concave lenses were created for nearsighted people. For a long time, glasses were a symbol of wisdom, wealth, and status, appearing in paintings of cardinals and saints who lived long before glasses were even invented. The pivotal moment for eyeglasses wasn't a medical discovery, but a mechanical one. In the 1450s, Johannes Gutenberg introduced the printing press to Europe. Suddenly, books were no longer rare treasures guarded in monasteries. They were available to the public. Literacy rates exploded, and with more people reading, more people realized a terrifying truth. Their vision was terrible. This created a massive demand. Eyeglasses transitioned from a luxury item for the aristocracy to a necessity for the merchant class. Manufacturing centers sprang up in Nuremberg and Regensburg. We started seeing the first mass production of eyewear. Peddlers would sell them on the streets, and customers would simply try on random pairs from a basket until they found one that worked. It was primitive optometry, but it worked. For nearly 400 years, the biggest problem wasn't the lens, but the frame. How do you keep them on your face? Inventors tried everything. They tied ribbons to ears, attached glasses to hats, and even used weighted cords hanging down the back of the neck. It wasn't until the early 1700s that English optician Edward Scarlett perfected the rigid temple arms that rest over the ears. Finally, hands-free vision was a reality. Innovation didn't stop there. In America, Benjamin Franklin grew tired of constantly switching between his reading glasses and his distance glasses. In the 1780s, he had the brilliant idea to cut two lenses in half and combine them into a single frame, the top for distance, the bottom for reading. He called them double spectacles. Today, we know them as bifocals. It was a simple hack that changed optometry forever. Entering the 20th century, glasses underwent a cultural metamorphosis. For a long time, wearing glasses was seen as a sign of physical weakness. But Hollywood changed the narrative. Stars like Marilyn Monroe with her cat-eye frames and Buddy Holly with his thick black rims turned eyewear into a fashion statement. Glasses became sexy, intellectual, and rebellious. Simultaneously, technology solved the issue of weight. In the 1980s, glass lenses were largely replaced by high-tech plastics and polycarbonates. They were lighter, safer, and didn't shatter into dangerous shards. We moved from purely functional medical devices to the multi-billion-dollar luxury eyewear industry we know today. From the reading stones of medieval monks to the augmented reality smart glasses of the 21st century, our journey with eyewear has been one of constant evolution. We started by trying to fix a flaw in our biology, and now we are using glasses to enhance our reality with digital information. The humble spectacle is no longer just about seeing the world. It is about interacting with it. So the next time you clean your lenses or slide your frames up your nose, remember, you are wearing 700 years of history, innovation, and art. You are wearing the invention that allowed humanity to see its own potential clearly. If you enjoyed this journey, consider liking the video and subscribing for more stories behind the everyday objects around us. Thank you for watching.